July 2024, and thank you for tuning in to the NILEcast only on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumaringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories this evening, let's have a look at what's happening in the headlines tonight. A very good evening again, viewer. Thank you for tuning in to the NILEcast only on West Nile Television. Let's dive straight into the stories that have made headlines today. Hotel managers from Arua Central Division were today engaged in a half-day security meeting with the leaders of Central Division at the headquarters. In the meeting, the security leaders called upon the leaders to tighten up their security since they receive guests from both within and outside the country, calling for collective measures to address the threats of insecurity from the sector. Farish Majid has more on the story.
In a bid to beef up security in the city, hotel owners in Arua City, which is bordering two nations of South Sudan and Democratic Republic of Congo, were on 8th of July 2024 engaged in a half-day meeting with the leaders of Central Division at the division headquarters. This comes at a time of threats of insecurity, both at the city and national level, calling for cooperation of all stakeholders, among whom are the hotel operators. Oluport Arthur Paul, who works as an immigration officer at the Arua office, called for vigilance for both local and international guests by asking for passports and they inserted travel permits.
You receive guests who come from, some come from across the borders, others have guests from within, and we appreciate that. Now, when we talk about people who are coming from across the borders, these are foreigners in most cases. What are you meant to look out for? Number one, the passport is the first and foremost. In an instance that a person doesn't have a passport, there are other documentations that permit them to do what, to be able to come into our country.
Ezamaham Zamil, the Deputy Resident City Commissioner in charge of Central Division, rallied the hotel owners to embark on installation of CCTV at the premises to reduce on insecurity.
I want to give you a scenario of last week. At the Concord, the Askari, those skillful guys, one of them was stealing things at the premises. Every day these people are complaining 3 times. But I have a camera at my shop. You know my shop is located at that premises. So I heard about that. I told them this thing can be traced. We found that the Askari who is guarding the place stealing a manhole. It is here, the video is here. You see that Askari? That is the Askari, which is supposed to guard the work, provide the security, became now the thief himself. He's now in prison. I just went and retrieved this man. We found him at 3 a.m. at night. The camera was able to capture him. So the importance of the camera, no one is going to challenge it.
Jokende Julius, the officer in charge of Arua Central Police Station, stressed the importance of having involvement of hotel owners in addressing security as this.
It is your duty to inform the security about something which is going wrong. You may not be knowing. It is the reasons why you are there as the manager at that particular time. Let us be registering these people correctly. Actually, for Central Division, it is even the best. Even if you don't register, even if you register, you will have to pay the other percentage. It remains constant. You hiding the other book doesn't affect the what? Doesn't affect the revenue. Still, you have to pay the percentage. Not like in other places where every one person you have to remit about 1,000 Uganda shillings. Yes, but this one is constant.
However, Jimmy Auzu Angudubo, the chairperson of hotel owners and managers in Arua City, tasked the hotel owners to ensure registration of customers before accepting them.
There are some hotels who don't register people at all. That one I will not defend my fellow hoteliers. There are some hotels, you don't pull your ID, they don't give you a room, which is very good, which is supposed to be the way to go. If somebody doesn't have an ID, he's supposed to produce a driving permit, is supposed to, others I verify on phone. You say, give me your phone number, I try mobile money, I'm able to see the name registered on the mobile money and see if it is the same name you have given me on the register. So it's very important that we do registration. In the years past, we have had incidences where security has come to arrest people in my hotel. And it is a very well coordinated issue which didn't bring disorganization to the hotel. So I'm thankful for that. Members, registration is very important.
Meanwhile, Drakma Malik, the town clerk of Central Division Arua City, calls for individual responsibility by all stakeholders in addressing the issues of insecurity.
The issue of security, it is every other person's concern. That's what we need to look at. Look at your hotel as your own home. Because if you're going to relax a bit, should it turn to be insecurity, it will affect the entire town. That's why I was like chair and other members, that let's even not only focus on Central Division, let's focus on the entire Arua city.
The security meeting of stakeholders drew attendance from the hotel owners, the managers, plus some political and security leaders of the Central Division, among others. Farish Majid, Osuta Yusuf, West Nile TV, Nalcast.
And more in our stories this evening. There was a moment of sorrow at Wankawa Primary School playgrounds on Sunday the 7th of July 2024 as mourners gathered to say goodbye to the late Dr. Alfred Onyuthagidaga of Global University College in South Africa. The Pakwach District Chairperson Honorable Robert Omito-Steen has called upon the politicians in the district to embrace unity ahead of the 2026 general elections. Alfred Jawok reports more.
There was a moment of sorrow at Wankawa Primary School playground on Sunday, 7th July 2024, as mourners gathered to say goodbye to late Dr. Alfred Onyuthagidaga of Global University College in Swatini, South Africa. The Pakwach District Chairperson Honorable Robert Omito-Steen has called upon politicians in the district to embrace unity ahead of 2026 general elections. According to Honorable Omito, some people who have interest to join politics have started using abusive language against the incumbent leaders. He also urged the family of the deceased to remain in unity and take care of the orphans left behind.
My message to the family is that when a very big tree has fallen, we need to embrace unity. My brothers, the elderly sons I can see here, you will not move very far without unity. You will have to ensure those younger brothers of yours, you're very united with them.
Meanwhile, Dr. Henry Tony Okoth, the Bishop of Gospel Faith Ministry, who was the main celebrant during the burial, noted that Dr. Alfred Gidaga fought a good fight as he was one of the founders of Global University College in Swatini since 2015. The bishop further challenged Christians, civil servants, and political leaders to continuously renew their faith to overcome temptations in a modern world, as many Christians are taken by political waves.
As a new creature in Christ Jesus, a man with a clean record, a woman with a clean record, a government worker with a clean record, a church worker with a clean record, a businessman or a businesswoman with a clean record. That to do everything you are doing knowing that you are serving God by serving His people. God has called us and appointed us in the office as Christ ambassadors.
Dr. Gidaga Alfred Onyuta started his journey of no return after he succumbed to prolonged illness on 27th June 2024 at Swatini Hospital in South Africa. Dr. Gidaga died at the age of 56 and survived to a widow and 6 children. He was laid to rest at his ancestral home, Mugobe Village, Pakwach District. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
On the 6th of July 2024, Rotarians from Arua Eco City camped at Le Confidential Hotel in Arua District for a mega party to install their 6th president. At the function, Amito Grace was installed as the 6th president. Oracle Benson Pastore reports.
Rotary Club of Arua Eco City have installed Amito Grace as the 6th president in their leadership structure. The ceremony took place on Saturday, 6th of July 2024, and attracted other Rotarians from the other parts of Uganda to witness the occasion. In their leadership structure, the president only serves for 1 full year and then the new president steps in. The club therefore prioritizes in promoting peace, fight diseases, provide clean water, sanitation and hygiene, save mothers and children, support education and grow local economies. Dora Prosi Serunzonzi, the outgoing president, highlighted what Rotary does and laments on some of her achievements while in office.
Rotary is about service. Nothing else is about service. We serve the community of the less privileged. We are fortunate that some of us are privileged to have, and there are so many people around us who don't have. What do? We organize ourselves and give help to the less privileged in our communities. In this Rotary year, it was the theme was create hope in the world, and we tried to create hope in the world by helping the less privileged. For example, we went out to Monica Memorial Library. We educated them. We gave them computer literacy. We heard that people had never seen a computer. For the first time, they got a privilege of seeing a computer, touching it and using it, and it was so amazing. In this Rotary again, we had the cancer run where we did a medical camp, and in the medical camp, over 500 people were treated with different ailments, and it was so amazing. Come and join Rotary to serve community. If you are privileged, please. The little you have can save so many lives within your community and beyond.
Amito Grace, the incoming president of Rotary Club Arua Eco City, laments on some of her plans for the club.
My plan as an incoming leader, I would like to see Arua Eco City move from where it has been to a higher level. And another issue is to work hand in hand with my creator president so that we see that the goal of the club is done as we go ahead with other projects which are coming into the club.
Lalam Saron, Cancer Run coordinator and the project director, laments on some of the activities and updates the public about the upcoming Cancer Run.
We have 7 areas of focus. We have maternal and child health, basic education and literacy. We have disease prevention and treatment. We have peace and conflict resolution, and also we very much care about our environment, and so it's one of the areas of focus. So Rotary clubs all over the world, every year we implement impactful projects. We target health issues in the community, and we invite doctors, we invite nurses to join us in those health camps so that we are able to support our communities in the area of health. So yes, we very much work with the community in the area of health, and this Rotary year we'll be having the 13th edition of Cancer Run, and one of our biggest partners this year is Reproductive Health Uganda.
PDG John Magez in the mirror, the chief guest of the occasion, finally installed Amito Grace as the new president.
I, Amito Grace, do solemnly pledge that I will fulfill the duties of my office in the Rotary Club of Arua Eco City to the best of my ability, that I will support the governor and will abide by our club's constitution and bylaws. So God help me.
Adorn you and install you, Grace Amito, as the president of the Rotary Club of Eco City.
He further asked the public to impress Rotary Club in the country.
We need to grow Rotary here because we need it more than in those countries. There are still many areas that do not have safe water. There are still many areas where mothers and babies are not protected. We still have so many areas where our environment is being degraded. We still have many areas that do not have peace. There are lots of conflicts. So we still have a lot of work to do here.
Rotary Club was formed way back in 1905 in USA, particularly in Chicago City, then spread its wings in the other parts of the world to extend humanitarian services to the challenging communities around the world. Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile Television Nilecast.
And more in our stories. In a bid to eradicate severe malnutrition, wasting and stunted children in Arua City, different stakeholders led by Tender Mothers Association held the third edition of the Arua City Kids Fun Run Against Malnutrition, which took place at Arua Primary School Playgrounds on the 7th of July 2024. Take a look. In a bid to eradicate severe malnutrition, wasting and stunted children in Arua City, different stakeholders led by Tender Mothers Association held the third edition of Arua City Kids Fun Run Against Malnutrition, which took place at Arua Primary School grounds on the 8th of July 2024. The event brought together parents, teachers and children between the classes of nursery to primary 7 from the different schools within Arua City who participated in different activities such as running along the streets of Arua City, apple eating competition, football matches between parents and children, face painting, entertainment, dancing and bouncing castle, with all proceeds going to creating awareness through education about good nutrition and good feeding in the communities. Alumaru Gaetano, a teacher of Ediofe Orphans Primary School, thanked the organizers of the third edition of the Arua City Kids Fun Run Against Malnutrition as children were willing to participate in the sporting activities.
Tender Mothers, at the time this first edition was organized, we participated, but the experience for the first edition was not okay, because when we did mobilization, children turned up and pointing to find things on the ground. Many of the things that were promised, that were advertised, were not on the ground. So second edition accepted a very small number because the experience of the first edition was not a good one. So the number that came for the second edition was a small one. But this time we have again registered the highest number of children. This is very activity. Arua City Kids Fun Run Against Malnutrition. However, this number as a school is because our children love sports, because we are running against malnutrition. Being physically fit does a lot when it comes to the fight against malnutrition.
Letaru Deborah, the member of the organizing committee for Arua City Kids Fun Run Against Malnutrition, in an interview with the press stated that the purpose for this run is to support the communities against malnutrition with focus on children between the ages of nursery to primary school classes.
Why we are having this run is to support the community out there when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to malnutrition. We are focusing on the ages of preschool children, that is the nursery school, then to the primary school, because in this stage, this is where they are most susceptible to malnutrition. The younger children, when I think the younger children, like teenage mothers, most times they get pregnant when they're very young, and they themselves are not yet very ready to carry a child. But once they do, and this baby comes out, they have a lot of challenges regarding nutrition. First of all, others do not feed very well during their pregnancy, and that leads to malnutrition during pregnancy and also after pregnancy. And the children as well, once given birth to, and most times are underweight. And because of that, we took the initiative to have this grant so that such mothers, such teenage mothers, and other women in the community can be helped. We want to give to the community out there that is suffering from this cause.
Miss Alobo Janet Patricia, the Queen of West Nile and also chief runner at the event, in an interview with the press, urges the different stakeholders to advocate for children's health in order to have a community of healthy children.
Today's run is called the Arua City Kids Run, that is a run against malnutrition that affects a deficiency that undermines children a lot, and in West Nile it's not actually being advocated for. So through this event, I actually call upon all the stakeholders in West Nile to take part and collaborate with the organizers of this event to make sure that we advocate for children's health actually, so that we have a community with healthy children, strong children that are going to have a brighter future, not only for West Nile but Uganda at large. As the Queen of West Nile, I pledge unwavering support towards this initiative and also advocating for it continuously until we see that every child grows up having a full potential. Also call upon the healthy workers, especially because we have these young mothers in the hospitals, but they don't actually know about malnutrition, how to feed their children. We need to sensitize these young mothers about how they can feed their children so that they look healthy. And also we need support from different kinds of different sectors, different business communities to support this kind of initiative so that the support reaches to these young mothers.
According to the 2016 Uganda Demographic Health Survey, malnutrition in the West Nile region stood at a towering 10.4%. The Arua City Kids Fun Run Against Malnutrition 3rd edition proceeds will go to creating awareness on education about good nutrition and good feeding in the communities of Arua City. Okumuringa Christine, OS Nile Television, Nilecast. Refugees in Mvepi refugee settlement are advocating for peace ahead of the upcoming South Sudanese Independence Day celebration. This call was made during the evaluation of capacity building projects in Mvepi by BRAC together with the local government and the local community leaders. Take a look.
Actually, the message that I can give to our leaders, we need peace, so that we go back to our country. Because also we thank the government of Uganda for welcoming us and giving us enough land, though it is not enough actually. So we thank the government of Uganda for supporting us. But our message is, we as refugees, let our leaders bring peace so that also we go back. Because like currently now in our side there, still killings are there, raping is there. So our message is, let them bring peace so that also we can go back.
Yeah, we need to advocate for peace, to prevail back in our country so that we may be able to get back. And also we are going to celebrate, due to the achievements that we have received here in the settlement, the host community, the government of Uganda, the office of the Prime Minister. We are so grateful that they have provided us protection and other things, other support they have been giving us. We now need them to support us in bringing peace back to our country so that we get back and, have other life and develop our country as well.
Welcome back from the weekend. My name is Ora. Sorry, today is already 8th of July and the year remains 2024. This is still West Nile Television, and the program which is going on is Nilecast. And I am coming up with sports, of course. So to happen in the world of sports, locally, national, and international. But right now, what is transpiring international is all about the ongoing Copa America in US and also the ongoing European Championship that's in Germany. But before we talk about those games, let's first look at what is happening within the region. Let's start with the FUFA Odilo tournament, where Marta District, they have made a record by recording the highest turn-up of primary schools in the ongoing Odilo Cup. Over 14 schools actually turned up for the tournament, where we have seen Koi Primary School emerging as the champions after beating Yivu Primary School by 2-0. Let's first take a look at the story.
Marta District made history in West Nile region by recording the highest turn-up of primary schools for 2024 FUFA Odilo Cup. The 2-day tournament commenced on Friday, 5th of July 2024, and climaxed on Saturday, 6th of July 2024, with Koi Primary emerging as the overall champions after a 3-0 win over Yivu Primary. The tournament is for under 14s in primary schools, mainly to source and nurture talents among the teenage players, and it is the first of its kind Marta District is participating in the tournament. Bondo Mzamio, FUFA delegate for Marta DFA and West Nile region, highlights the public about how things are transpiring in the tournament.
Odilo is a tournament for under 14 that FUFA has organized for the primary schools. You know, we have been having challenges in 8 categories. We have under 12, under 14, under 16. So for primary, concerning now the sports, Marta Primary is taking under 12. But FUFA has come in to handle under 14. It means we are covered in all those areas. It is a maiden tournament for us as Maracha, for these primary schools to provide the players that is under 14 with the necessary assistance. You know, we did not go school to school mobilizing these schools, but instead we just gave the circular on the platform. We have our various platforms in the district here where we circulate sports activities. So the head teachers took it upon themselves and they picked it up from there.
He further updates the public about the next schedules after the district competitions.
These games that we're playing here will not even end here. It will still proceed to the regional level. The best school from here will have to verse the other schools from other districts like Oboko, Rua, and the rest of the districts within West Nile. And there's going to be a tournament from 10th up to 15th, the regional level. And from the regional level, we're also doing our best to also progress to go to the national level, because we have that the national championship. After national championship, we have also East Africa. So the tournament that we have started right now is not going to end soon. It is going up to the regional level, that is East African level.
Asia Bosco, DFA Chairman Marta District, expressed his happiness upon this tournament and also highlights the public with the views of the head teachers after receiving the information.
I am happy to have organized this maiden Odilo Cup. According to the information that we are getting from the head teachers, that this information was not given to them timely. They have promised next year all the schools are going to participate in this tournament. This is basically to identify talents, to also continue to nurture the existing talent. There has been a gap in the district. Basically in the primary school there have been only under 12s who are playing, but the under 14s have been left out because the under 16s are catered for in the secondary school. So when we don't really identify these gaps, especially the kids who are in the region of in the age bracket of under 14, that one is a really very big challenge.
Aniku Henry, the sports officer for Marta District, similarly expresses his happiness for the great turn-up of the schools and urges public to support sports activities in the district.
Then we have introduced it for the first time, but at least we have so far received 14 schools. No, Marta is basically a rural school, a rural district. If you have 14 schools that participate in Odilo, then we are lucky. Somebody might be wondering why it is called Odilo. No, Odilo is a local name. In the West Nile or in the Maracha or in the Lugbarati, we call it Odikia. And then in the Soli sub-region, they call it Odilo. So FUFA derived this name Odilo from Atoli sub-region. The public should support us financially, socially, and physically by attending these games. In Marata, the challenge has been that there are a lot of indiscipline cases, especially this is caused by the local communities. You find there's a game for football, for primary schools, the public or the community takes it upon themselves to cause havoc. You find that our expenditure in security alone, in the sports activities, is much higher than the officiation. So we want to cut that cost of paying security to man our sports activities so that there is reduced expenditure in managing sports in the Malta district.
Zamasili, Chairman Games and Sports Primary Schools in Malta district, said the tournament has come timely because soon they will be going for primary ball games.
As the chair Games and Sports, I'm very happy to have this for the law in this district, simply because it is a game that grooms the talent of our young boys, both under 12 and 14. As a district, we are preparing our under 12 for ball games this season. This Odilo has come timely. Most of the players prepared by these schools under 12, and this will help us when we shall go for nationals.
After Koi Primary School thrusting aside Youth Primary in the final, next will be regionals where champions from the various districts in West Nile region and the Arua City will battle and the best performers will compete at the national level. Barack Benson Pastore, West Nile Television, NILE Sports News.
Away from that story of ongoing Odilo Cup, driving the bus to Greater Alu region, Aura Mundo Chiefdom initiates inter-clan tournament to promote local talents. Let's take a look at something about that.
Amidst jubilations from clan members and football fans across all boards during an inter-clan football tournament 2024 held for the first time in Awura Mondo Chieftaincy, His Highness Francis O. Dennis Ringolango III, the chief of Awura Mondo Chieftaincy, has promised to promote talents among local football clubs in the chiefdom. During his remarks shortly after the final game of the tournament on Sunday 7th July 2024, the chief said he will work together with youths, women and elders without tribal differences during his leadership. According to Chief Ringolango III, the tournament ended well without any cases of hooliganism reported.
Drug abuse mawie mo tikati mo kode kado ngara moye osha ko dogi ngo ngacha ko dogire so ange onia jumubi ni mako dogo de tie umashi kuma chalo kala ora wabinu ishikiri miti mutimwa kite mo mawashiko kode idimachiri ngo wabinu miti mutiji bidano lokore okendun tijmoye titi mabi mondo ngoile bangati moku endo butiyo kuchik mi pagamente kuchik mi keralu man kuchik paji manele mtugu mogo bikurushi, and that is my focus ngo wazo waworo giwa because kangati wore gire inwangole maber.
Furthermore, during the game, Ringtho Opio Albert said the objective of the game is to unite youths under Awura Mondo Chiefdom. Opio added that the tournament has made the chiefdom to recognize the subjects living in different clans.
We have decided to organize this tournament in this chieftaincy, basically for the youth. The purpose is to bring them just together, because before the coming of this chieftaincy, the Awura clan were just divided. Now our chief has decided that they should be brought together. And if they should be brought together, then the only plan that he thought of to bring them together, the youth, since they have interest in football, has decided to organize for us this tournament.
Meanwhile, Genchan Peri Ronald, a player, expressed his gratitude as the players exhibited their talents since previously some of them did not know their colleagues.
Wabe tuguera nzelo tie ni ane korwa wange yuro dogde wabe ni pinya siel kalmacheng kawachi do kamo wachi opini no angorwa and wabe du kumer matera ikindwa.
The need to bring together the people of Awura Mondo, the moral standards of the people have always been aspects of consideration in terms of the existence of any given organized community. It is well known that a chieftaincy is an important focal point for grassroots mobilizations and instruments for socialization. Awura Jupajona has been crowned champion of the tournament after defeating Awura Jupamoro in a penalty shootout. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Let's leave the stories within West Nile region, this time driving to Europe. Before we talk about Copa America, let me first give you updates of how things are happening in the ongoing European Championship in Germany. The host nation, Germany, has already been eliminated by Spain after losing by 2-1. Let me briefly highlight you with how games went in quarterfinals. Netherlands actually climaxed the games in quarterfinals with a 2-1 win over Turkey, and we saw England on Saturday playing a 1-1 tie with Switzerland, and they went to they have gone to the semi-finals after penalty shootout win over Switzerland, beating them by 5-3. And then France played a barren draw, 0-0 draw with Portugal in the normal time, and then we saw France going ahead after 5-3 penalty shootout win over the country of Portugal. That's how things have been. Viewer will want to know when the semi-finals are going to be played. The semi-finals are bouncing back tomorrow with one game on the card, as Spain will be tussling it out with France. And then on Wednesday, you will be expecting England to take on the Netherlands. What about in Copa America? They are going currently Argentina in the quarterfinals. The opening game in the quarterfinals of Copa America played 1-1 with Ecuador in the normal time. Then Argentina going ahead after 4-2 penalty shootout win over Ecuador. And then we saw Colombia running riot over Panama, thrashing them by 5-0. Brazil, surprisingly, was knocked out of the competition. The normal time ended in a 0-0 draw with Uruguay, and Uruguay surpassing Brazil after 4-2 penalty shootout win over Brazil. And lastly, Canada played 1-1 with Venezuela in the normal time. That's in the quarterfinals of the Copa America, and Canada also going ahead after 4-3 penalty shootout win over Venezuela. And also the semi-finals are also bouncing back. They are bouncing back on Wednesday, whereby there will be one game on the card as Argentina versus Canada, and this game will be in the wee hours of the morning. 3 a.m. is when thus Argentina will be tossing it out with Canada. And then on Thursday, still at the same time, 3 a.m. is when Uruguay will be with Colombia. With that, we have come to the closer of today's edition of NILE Sports News. Let's link up again tomorrow. Still, it will be the same face in front of the camera lens.
That was Rako Benson Pastore giving us the sports news and the sports highlight under the NILE Sports News only on West Nile Television. Thank you, viewers.